So I'd like to take this opportunity, if there are people here who haven't ever gotten a chance to ask me any questions, or for the people who have gotten a chance to ask me questions but never took that opportunity, or people who did take that opportunity but want to take it again, you all know who you are. So then I'll be happy to take a few questions from the audience. Here's your chance. Yes, Bob.
Gidon, about 9 months ago, in the middle of the blood moons, you made a prediction, or you had an idea for what this latest round of blood moons might mean. Tell us.
Is there anybody who didn't see this on the internet? There's about closer to 50 rabbis. Rabbi Riskin led this declaration of Orthodox rabbis saying it's time to create a strong new relationship with Christians, and that is something very exciting that we've already mentioned on our blog, and we're going to talk about it some more. Yes, Rakasha.
Guys like yourself and Rabbi Rishkin and David Equipment,
yes,
reaching out to Christians,
yes,
must presumably be seen amongst a lot of Jews as somewhat controversial.
Yes.
What you're doing is somewhat controversial,
yes,
and they also have fears, etc. What can Christians do to allay those fears, to mean that people like you are not so much the exception, that more and more Jewish leaders, rabbis, feel like doing what you're doing to reaching out to Christians? What can we do to?
It's a little bit hard for me because I'm already I'm the whole 9 yards. If I was ever worried, then I've forgotten. But actually, interestingly enough, I moved about 3 years ago from Ma'ale Adumim, which is not far from here, to Ma'ale Hever, which is a small community just outside of Hebron, out of near Kiryat Arba. And little did I know, but this very small community is one of the most anti-Christian communities in all of Israel. Now, so it's not like we have a 2-minute hate. Hey, we hate Christians. But it's just that their life ideology of these religious Zionists over there has this aspect of, the Christians, they're not good, and so it's very hard for me to preach those feelings, and truthfully, I don't even try. So you know what? I don't want to. Just like with Christians, I don't talk about things that we disagree upon. There's so many things that we agree upon. Why should we talk about those things that we disagree upon? I don't have to spend my whole life being a troll on the internet. But so I talk to my neighbors about, can I borrow some coffee? Can I borrow some sugar? There's a great leader, a great Christian Zionist leader by the name of Victor Stursky, who works for Kufi, Christians United for Israel. And recently he was invited to speak at a pro-Israel rally, I believe it was in Florida. He gave a 5-minute speech. So I saw this speech, it was recorded, and it was a great speech. I translated this speech into English. Well, it was in English, but I created a version of this speech on YouTube with English subtitles and with Hebrew subtitles. And one of the leaders of my community came over to me and said, Gidon, did you see this video? I can't believe it. This Christian, and obviously he was a Christian, and he was talking so strongly about how much he loves Israel, how much he loves the Jewish people. He was crying. I said, how could somebody, he said, I don't know what's going on over here. I'm going to have to talk to a big rabbi about this. Okay, but that's what we're talking about. And then believe me, Pastor Stursky didn't talk about how all the Jews, maybe they should think about Jesus, maybe they should study Isaiah 53, maybe they should do all sorts of things like that. No, he said, I love you for what you are. Amen. And that's all it has to be, and you're doing a great job of it. And seriously, And that is really what it has to be. And I'll give you a hint. It's not just towards the Jews that you should be like that. In other words, accept people for what they are, but it's for your children also. And it's for any individual person that you want to have a relationship with, you just have to accept them for what they are. That's it. It's the ABCs of how to win friends and influence people. So before you can influence people, you have to win them as friends. And if anybody only gets a 50 on that test by winning friends and not influencing them, you've passed in my book as well. Thank you. Yes, Makashava.
Bob talked about possibilities of earthquakes in 2016, and that one's overdue.
What about earthquakes? Sorry.
One's overdue on the west coast of California. I believe one is also overdue here.
Yes,
and
we've been talking about that for decades.
And you're talking about the possibility of a renewed temple.
Bezrat Hashem.
And I wondered what you thought. I mean, we can never second guess God, and He always does far more than we can imagine.
Yes.
But your views.
Let's see. What's a safe bet? Whatever's going to happen, I'm sure that God knows exactly what He's doing.
If there was an earthquake, Israel would be blamed.
Oh yeah, that's also a safe bet for sure. Okay. Well, everybody, make sure that you. What can I say? Strengthen your furniture, right?